Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bull-Williams theory and looking at the Dow Jones this morning. So yesterday was very much a range bar, so a very long tail to the downside, which is kind of bullish, which carries on from the gap up or the rally that we had on the 26th. So at this stage, a couple of things. We're coming up to this downward trend line, and I would be looking for shorts when we come in contact with this downward trend line. Just the way I'm thinking at the moment. Trend is down currently. It is flattening out on the daily, so the alligator is starting to flatten out, so it's not cast in stone that we're going to continue moving down, but I do suspect that something's going to happen here. So I've left these levels that I drew in from yesterday just to show you how important they are and why you must draw them in. You can see right there, well, look at the lower time frames. There's probably like a 15 or 12 minute price action bar that gave you the indication off a level that you could have taken the trade. Okay, and again, it's my inside tails. There's my inside tails there. And that's what I was looking for. Okay, so inside tail on the top, inside tail to the bottom. Those are the areas that I was looking at. And the reason it's an inside tail is because this daily bar closed below it. So price moved below there. Okay, so the inside tail is always very important to draw in. Anyway, let's look at the 4 hour, if I can get the chart to work. Okay, so a couple of things. We do have the oscillator sort of grouping up in the overbought territory, so I am expecting some kind of a pullback, but we could argue that there is an inverse head and shoulders here. So shoulder, head, shoulder, or even cup, handle. So what that basically means is a break up above this fractal level here. So a break above 23,250 would technically break a level, but it would also break this downward trend line. So we want a 4 hour close above that. So kind of watching this area with interest because my gut is telling me that we should be looking for a short here. But logic is also telling me that it could break through and bounce higher. Okay, just based on what we've seen here. So I think what you should be doing is looking for a second move on the long. Let's get rid of that one. And you see the second move on the long is pretty much going to take us right onto this inside tail here. Okay. Okay, so in summary, I'm a bit reluctant to go long, not with the oscillators looking like they are at the moment. Okay, yesterday, when I saw this mess yesterday, I just switched off the computer with the barbed wire because it gone either way, and it did rally. But I think, for me, look at this, we've got a 200 moving average here as well. Oscillators are grouped to the upside. I'm kind of still looking at the short, so it may be worthwhile just coming down to a lower time frame and watching what's going on. Here we have a flat top triangle, so it should come up. So 23,350. I think I'm actually looking at taking a stab at that. Okay, you can see the other concern that we do have here. You can see how we just following the alligator like this. So the way I'm going to play this today is quite simple. I am expecting resistance on this downward trend line. So I am expecting resistance in 200 points time. Okay, so that does mean that there is potentially a long. So if we're looking at the 12 minute, sort of looking for a break of a fractal with a stop below the previous fractal. So in other words, I'm looking for a break above there with a stop over there. So it's 140 point stop loss. Kind of insane when you think about it. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for price just to hit a level. So it's either this level here of 23,250 or alternatively higher up at 23,350. Okay, so that's the area that I'm looking for, and I'm looking for a short. Only reason I'm going short is on the 4 hour, the trend is still down. Yes, the alligator is starting to cross over, but remember, I'm looking for a breakout and then a retest of the breakout. So I'm looking for price to come back and test the alligator and then only continue. Okay, so that's kind of the way I see it at the moment. So what's worrying me is the pretty much, except on the daily, but on your 4 hour, your 3 hour, your 1 hour, and your 30 minutes, and your 12 minutes are all grouped in the overbought territory. So I'm very reluctant to go long when that is. The long was down here, not up here. Okay, so for me at the moment, what we're waiting for is to see what transpires here. I'm still expecting a bit of upside, maybe to this level, definitely up towards the trend line, at which point I'd look for shorts. Okay, look for a short, keep a really tight stop loss, like 60 points or so. And as soon as it starts getting going, move your stop to entry and then watch what happens. The reason I'm being cautious on that is if you look at what we've done with the alligator on the 1 hour, we have broken through. Could be seen as an exhaustion bar, or it could be a situation where it pulls back just onto the alligator or one of these levels here and then rallies back up for a break of this downward trend line. A break of the downward trend line would be critical, because that would indicate that we have good potential for a bit of a rally to start. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of me. I can see there's potential for a trend change, but I'm not going long here. Not when the oscillators are like this, not at these levels. I want to see a pullback. I want to see a easing of the oscillators, and then I'll look for a long. So for me at the moment, the trend is still down. I'm looking for shorts, and just got to look at the area of where it could be. And this downward trend line is definitely the one that I'm looking at. So that's 23,350 is the area I'm looking at to get back short. Okay, so anyway, that's my view of it for today. Hope it helps, and stay safe. Keep those stops tight. I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.